Good evening and thank you for joining us. Missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls were on the minds of Thunder Bay residents tonight as the local police service hosted its 6th annual Tree of Hope ceremony. The project honors the thousands of missing and murdered Indigenous women across Canada, with each bulb representing a different individual. Charlene Bordeaux started the project back in 2019, and now 6 years later, she says there are over 30 police services taking part. She adds that their next plan is taking the project to Parliament Hill, across the country, and eventually to the United States.
Is that we're continuing to talk about the violence. That's the first step of addressing violence, is breaking that silence. And so that's why it's important, like events like this are happening, as well as with our partners, because we need to recognize that this is not just an Indigenous issue, this is an everybody's issue. And in particular, being able to address this issue here as systems and as partners, to be able to talk about it, to look at how we can do better as a community.
What we're hoping to do is bring it to Parliament Hill, bring it to Ottawa. And once we do that, I would like to light trees from coast to coast to coast. And afterwards, if I can accomplish that, I would like to go into the United States.
The Tree of Hope project aims to offer closure and support for grieving families. A new food buying alliance has been formed for our region in honor of a treaty that was signed in Winnipeg 1 year ago. The goal is to feed babies and young children, along with elders in remote northern communities. A drum ceremony was held in Thunder Bay this week to recognize the new partnerships. Jaden Billick reports.
In December of 2023, an agreement in the form of a treaty formalized the relationship between food bank partners and tribal councils to improve each party's ability to feed elders and babies and anyone else who is hungry. CEO of Weechawamegon Buying Alliance, Randy Jenkins, says, traditionally after a treaty is signed, a drum is built to honor the relationships of those who are part of the living document.
So today the drum was awakened, and in the spring it'll be taken back to the Forks in Winnipeg, which is the traditional gathering place, traditional trading area for the Anishinaabe people. It's just, this is kind of the first shot at one of these things of this scale. The intention in the room is like something I've never felt before.
Jenkins says this is the first time a treaty has been signed honoring non-First Nation food banks. The goal of all the contributors is to cover every community between Manitoba and Northern Ontario.
Seeing that everybody is working so collaboratively together is very beautiful, because with the recipient being the First Nation communities who are receiving the assistance, whether it be through tribal councils or Indigenous-based organizations, I absolutely think it's phenomenal, because it's been helping us to actually build with the communities instead of building around them.
Northern Network Manager for Food Banks Canada, Jason Stevens, says a total of 350,000 Indigenous and non-Indigenous community members from Winnipeg to Moose Factory have already benefited from this partnership. An estimate of around 500,000 kilograms of food has already been brought into the communities since the treaty was signed.
This is instrumental. This is a big impact to the food bank systems across the nation to have this type of model developed in this region, to bring the communities together to collaborate and working towards one goal is humongous for us. Well, being Anishinaabe for this region, it brings a special moment to us, having this collaboration and having this networking group come together and discuss and bring food security initiatives to the forefront.
Jaden Billick, TBT News.
Thunder Bay's Waterfront Development Committee is asking for $150,000 to advance its initiatives in its action plan. That discussion is happening at tomorrow's City Council meeting. The committee's 2024 to 2026 action plan was developed to make Marina Park a more attractive and vibrant destination, including continuing the development of the Waterfront Trail. The committee is asking for the $150,000 to be added to the proposed 2025 budget. If the committee's ask is approved, the budget would still meet Council's direction of a 3.8% tax levy increase. Sleeping Giant Brewing has announced its intentions to merge with another brewing company located in Beamsville, Ontario. Officials from both companies say the partnership is geared towards better distribution, sales, and collaboration. Founded in 2012, the Sleeping Giant Brewing Company has steadily gained recognition across the province with its diverse beer portfolio. They've decided to merge with Newark Brewing Company. Newark President Griffin Data says the two breweries will be expanding their reach, by combining their own unique offerings to streamline their sales. Co-founder and CEO of Sleeping Giant Brewery, Andrea Mulligan, says each company will still represent their own brands. However, Newark's products will be offered and advertised through the local business.
Newark is located in Beamsville, and what's again wonderful, they're the gateway to the south, so they can actually produce some of our beers, and we can do the same for them, and we can export and be the gateway to the east, gateway to the west, and southern Ontario, and the north. So we're really excited.
You'll be able to see both of our products being sold in each other's breweries, and hopefully in a lot more locations province-wide. Yeah, everybody's really excited locally. They're chomping at the bit to get Sleeping Giant products in the brewery, to try them out, especially some of the exclusives that don't make their way too much out of Thunder Bay. It's going to be really exciting to get some more traction on those in Southern Ontario.
Data says to keep posted on either brewery's social media pages to see when the new products will be available. Female entrepreneurs were celebrated this past week as the Perro Center for Women's Enterprise hosted its annual summit at the Superior Inn. Attendees were brought together to share teachings and successes that come with navigating the business world. Jessica Clement reports.
Since starting almost 3 decades ago, the Perro Center for Women's Enterprise has worked with women across Canada to help them start and grow their businesses. Founder and CEO Rosalind Locklear says those efforts were on full display at the organization's annual conference.
I'm so happy that so many came out and so many were online as well. The women from the circles, some of them were from BC and some of them were from Nova Scotia. So it's really heartwarming. It's a day of learning, it's a day of celebration. It's a day of talking about what's available to support women, not only in Northwestern Ontario.
The event brought women together to share how they achieved their successes and what they learned navigating the male-dominated business world. They also celebrated the women who shaped the community through entrepreneurship. Keynote speaker Anna Sinclair shared her experience as an entrepreneur and mom.
I talked a lot about letting go of control. I talked a little bit about how you just have to show up to the plate and just do it. You can't really try to be disappointed or things like that. And I talk a lot about the fears that we all have as business owners, but a lot of it is really just about the right mindset, empowerment, and the understanding that entrepreneurship is a unique set of failures and it's a roller coaster ride of ups and downs.
The event also featured workshops, panels, and a trade show. Maria Parish, CEO of Elephant AI, was another keynote speaker. She said it was empowering to see so many different groups represented at the Perro Summit.
It's great to see women that are coming here to learn more, despite of their background, despite of what they have done. We see women that are young, that are in the midst of their age, they are almost retiring, but still they have this power, this energy to do something.
Jessica Clement, TBT News.
A new health clinic opened this past week on Red River Road. Encompass Healthcare is a fee-for-service, nurse practitioner-led clinic aimed at filling the gaps in the healthcare system at an affordable cost. Their services are aimed at those tired of waiting for primary care physicians or a walk-in visit. Nurse practitioners and clinic owner Katrina Hill explains that OHIP still pays for all medical testing, like diagnostics and labs, but patients then pay for the nurse practitioner's time. For a walk-in visit, the cost is $50 for adults and $40 for children. For the primary care option, it's a $200 appointment that is up to 45 minutes long. Hill says waiting to see a doctor can be stressful, and she wants to avoid that.
It is a nurse practitioner-led clinic that is more of a casual atmosphere. We try not to have a million people in the waiting room. We try to make it a comfortable place to come, less stress, makes better options.
Encompass also offers care for specific health issues such as menopause, obesity management, foot care, and more. They also offer Zoom appointments and home visits. Delico Anishinaabeg Family Care proudly unveiled the recipients of the 2024 Step Up Kids Awards. This year, 10 inspiring youth were recognized during Delico's powwow. Sarah Peltier, Child Welfare Assistant Director, says the youth are recognized for a variety of achievements. Clayton Wabuse was honored with the Leadership Award in recognition of his dedication to guiding and inspiring his peers. Last year, he demonstrated remarkable courage by stepping up to save a young individual's life after witnessing them struggle. Clayton shares words of encouragement for any youth wanting to step up for their community.
So we had a lot of applicants come in for these Step Up Awards, and they're recognized for a variety of great things that they're doing out in the community, from education, cultural, volunteering, just being really awesome in the community and great kids. So we're here to recognize and honor all those youth today.
I think it's just do what you're passionate about, do what you like, and I think anything really in that essence you'll be successful at.
The Step Up kids were recognized with the traditional jingle dress dance, a tribute that holds deep significance in Anishinaabeg culture as a dance of healing and celebration.